Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of carbohydrates, those essential macronutrients that fuel our bodies, and much more. First, let's discuss what are carbohydrates. So, carbohydrates are the body's primary source of energy. They are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. They can be found in a variety of foods, including grains, fruits, vegetables, etc. Carbohydrates function as a stored energy reserve in the form of glycogen and contribute to cellular structure through glycoproteins and glycolipids. In biochemistry, the carbohydrates are often called as saccharides. Depending on the number of sugar units they contain, they are classified into four main categories: monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are the simplest sugars. They contain only single sugar unit, for instance glucose, fructose, galactose. Disaccharides are double sugars. Two sugar units bonded together to form disaccharides. For instance sucrose, lactose, maltose. Oligosaccharides are short-chain carbohydrates consisted of 3 to 10 sugar units, for example raffinose, stachyose, verbascose. Polysaccharides are the complex carbohydrates. Many sugar units bonded together to form polysaccharides, for instance starch, glycogen, cellulose, chitin, etc. Let's have a quick test. Here is your first question. Which of the following is a monosaccharide? Sucrose, glycogen, glucose, or cellulose? Take your time. Oh, great. The answer is C. If your answer is also C, you roll on.
The building blocks of carbohydrates, monosaccharides, are categorized into two main categories: aldoses and ketoses. Aldoses, like glucose and galactose, have an aldehyde group at the end of their carbon chain. This group gives them unique properties, allowing them to form new bonds and create complex structures. On the other hand, ketoses like fructose and ribulose have a ketone group within their carbon chain. This group imparts distinct properties, enabling them to participate in specific biochemical reactions. The difference between aldoses and ketoses lies in their carbonyl group. This distinction significantly impacts their chemical behavior and biological functions. Understanding these categories is crucial for grasping carbohydrate chemistry and its application in biochemistry, nutrition, and medicine.
Quick quiz time.
What distinguishes aldoses from ketoses? A. Presence of a hydroxyl group. B. Position of the carbonyl group. C. Number of carbon atoms. D. Type of glycosidic linkage. Take your time. Yes, you are absolutely right. The answer is B. The position of a carbonyl group.
Disaccharides are formed when two monosaccharides are linked together through a glycosidic bond. This bond is created when the hydroxyl group of one sugar molecule reacts with the anomeric carbon of another sugar molecule. There are two main types of glycosidic bonds, alpha and beta. Alpha linkages are formed when the hydroxyl group attaches to the anomeric carbon below the plane of the sugar ring, while beta linkages formed when it attaches above the plane. Polysaccharides are large polymers composed of many monosaccharide units. Polysaccharides are very diverse in their structure. Three of the most biologically important polysaccharides are starch, cellulose, and glycogen. Cellulose consists of a linear chain of glucose molecules, whereas glycogen and starch are branched polymers. Time for a quick check in. The question is, which polysaccharide is primarily used for energy storage in animals? A. Cellulose, B. Starch, C. Glycogen, D. Chitin. Yes, you are absolutely right. C is the correct answer. I am Glycosylation is the process of attaching carbohydrate molecule to proteins or lipids, modifying their structure and function.
This modification plays a crucial role in cellular processes such as cell signaling, recognition, and adhesion. Glycosylation is an advanced research area due to its complexity, interdisciplinary nature, and emerging technologies. It plays a crucial role in understanding disease mechanism and developing novel therapeutics, particularly in cancer, neurodegenerative disorders, and infectious diseases. Advanced techniques like mass spectrometry and glycoengineering enable researchers to study glycosylation in detail, driving innovation in biomedicine. Carbohydrate based drugs, also known as glycotherapeutics, are a new generation of medicines that harness the power of carbohydrates to prevent and treat diseases. These drugs utilize the unique biological properties of sugar, such as their ability to bind to specific proteins and cells, to treat and modulate various physiological processes. Examples of carbohydrate based drugs include heparin, a blood thinner derived from animal tissue, hyaluronic acid, a natural polymer used in arthritis treatment and skin fillers. These innovative drugs offer potential treatment for a range of conditions, including cardiovascular diseases, cancer, infectious diseases, and genetic disorder. Quick quiz time. What is one significant role of glycosylation in proteins? A. Increasing the protein's temperature stability. B. Influencing the protein's color. Modifying the protein's size. D. Affecting the protein's folding and function. Take your time. Yes, the answer is D. Fantastic job. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing carbohydrate research by accelerating the discovery of novel glycan structures, predicting glycosylation patterns, and identifying potential carbohydrate based markers. AI algorithms can analyze vast amounts of glycomic data, recognize patterns, and make predictions, freeing scientists to focus on high level insights. Machine learning models can identify correlation between glycan structures and biological functions, predict glycosylation sites on proteins, classifying glycans into functional categories, design novel glycan-based therapeutics. By leveraging AI, researchers can unlock the secret of carbohydrates, leading to breakthroughs in fields like medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. AI is transforming carbohydrate research into data-driven, high-throughput field, paving the way for new discoveries and innovations. Shall we test our knowledge? Shall we test our Here you go. How is AI currently contributing to carbohydrate research? Number A, by predicting carbohydrate structures and interactions. B, by synthesizing new carbohydrate molecule in the lab. C, by providing financial support for research. D, by replacing traditional laboratory equipment. Take your time. Yes, the answer is A. You are on a right track. Time to say bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you have any questions or need further clarification on any of the topics covered, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you.